Okay. Takes a bit. Let's see if we're actually going or not. Well, that says it's waiting. That's weird. What? It should be just going. There we go. Okay. That's what I meant. Like, it takes a bit for actually, do anything. Okay. Well, in the meantime, I can post it. That's why I need this little bit of time to, see if everything's going or not. Okay. Good. It's going. Good. Okay. Good. Okay. Good. Okay. I think we're just about ready. Hopefully. If anyone else breaks, let me know. Welcome, guys. Who's here? Let me close this real quick and okay. Now I'm good. I'm good now. Hello. Oh, push that up. Okay. Welcome, guys. Looks like starring Cookie. Cookie. There we go. Push it up a little. Push it a little more. There you go. It's always these Tuesdays where it's like the first 5 minutes or more are the most awkward. So once we kind of get past this, once it's more just less of me freaking out and being weird and not having to. There you go. Okay, I think we're good. So welcome. This is hopefully animation. Let's try and finish this up so it's not completely animated yet. I can make it a little bigger. So here we go. We'll have Derpy throw chaos. She's drawing letters. Skulu is gonna animate there. I need to have Derpy not blink at the very end, so we can change that as well. But the rest of the storyboard, I think, is the next thing will be Skulu writing in. So we can have her a little bit of time there. Let's have like maybe like 2 or so frames before. Otherwise, how you guys doing? Hi, legit. Let's see. Let me set this to 1. For some reason, it was 2. This was the thing. Yeah, that's why there are notifications. Woo, they work. I know that I just kind of have this weird eternal clock where I just know when things are gonna happen. At least I kind of know when I wake up in the morning. I have like a whole bunch of clocks, pretty much, or calendars, little tiny day calendars, or like the ones where you have to flip them. So it's day-to-day calendars. This is interesting. So every day I have to like wake up and then change it and like either rip it off or flip it to the next one. So, and doing that on multiple calendars helps me to remember what day it is today. So that helps with that. So, yeah. Let's make it about 4. Oh boy. Yeah. I've been trying to get. I've actually been kind of a little bit off my schedule. I want my schedule to be around. That little circle on the. Make it look like a wheel more instead of a circle. I would like my eternal clock to like wake me up at like 8 or 9, because that's usually when I actually set my. I use Google Home to set up alarms and stuff, so that's a whole different thing of using that. But I've been slowly been really bad at actually been waking up way later. Like today I woke up around 11, so and I still wanted to do things today, so especially this, so I was like, I had to make sure that I was awake for this. So I feel pretty awake. I feel like I got enough nutrition. This is water. So I'm ready. Okay. Maybe we could change these to be lighter red or something. So we can change it to be red and then boop. Maybe pink, pinkish. Should have some kind of little detail on there. Alright. Swapping. Ooh. That should be mod on Discord and could with mod the stream. Okay. Yeah, be up to you guys with all that. I'm not. I feel like I'm the worst boss. I'm more of a leader where I'll just kind of say like, hey, if you guys are okay with that, you know, that's okay. But if you're not comfortable doing that, then be up to you. It's hard to really do anything. Really have any definitive things when I don't really know you too much. I feel like I know people more for the disciplines and like when they do projects and stuff. I can figure that out. But otherwise, it's just kind of like text and stuff, and it's hard to tell like your personalities. With all that. Anyway. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. I think I picked up on that. Yeah. But like, yeah, no offense, but legit, you seem to be more late often than not on these streams. So it's totally not on you, but it's like, yeah, it's just kind of, it's how that kind of turns out to be. I'm just setting up this pose first. So I'm getting this in a better pose than I'm like. I can have this tail have a wobble, so it'll think like it's moving. Haha. You can have this one also do the same thing too. Oop. Let me go back out. Should wiggle. I like doing this. Just a bit. Let me go back out. Now if you like pretend that she's rolling, she'll have more wind in her hair. There we go. Okay. Plans for holidays? Yeah. Let me see what else we got done. Okay, I will have to be the one to remove legit from mounting that cookie. So job. Might be easier and probably less boring for you viewers to do that later. Maybe during toaster time I might be able to do that. I'm not sure if I can do it while I'm streaming or even how to do it. Definitely during toaster time or after I'll be able to do that. So remind me about that. Now that we all kind of know what a toaster time is, I feel like we can I can say that. Okay. So I'm trying to figure this out. Let's see. Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah, thanks guys for taking initiative and like actually thinking about it. That might actually work better with that kind of scenario. So I'm gonna push her off both ways and then whoosh. Then I can kind of decide on the path. I could do a motion path, but I just don't really like those. But it might actually work better in this kind of a case, so I'm not super happy with how that might actually have to happen now. No. That should be pretty quick, so that's pretty good. I can never go a little bit slower by slowing this down. Okay. How's that timing? Bop. Yep. It's a little slow. Let's never actually go all the way back here, maybe. See how that works. Bop. That's pretty good. And then bop. So, bop. Meow. We need to be even more to the left. Sorry, I didn't figure this out. Meow. It's too close. We need to move this. Let's have that lower. Pretty good. Because I can always tinker around with this as many times as I need to. Only problem is that, you know, obviously the houses get in the way, so to fix that is to go inside the house, go inside the shape, and just kind of move it down a little bit. So now, if everything's actually lined up, this and this should be the same frame. And now they shouldn't go in front of her too much, but that's okay. I think that works. That's fine. Okay. Pinpoint theme. Oh, cool. I'm really glad that you had that idea. This is more fun than the way that I was thinking it. It's probably more complicated than Star probably thought the original idea of this was. So I think this kind of like perspective really helps with adding more comedy to it. Anything else I can go into the holiday question? No doubt it could be a longer discussion. I actually don't remember what that was like either. I guess I like games where the theme is depending on how you move. Like it's like Dig Dug. Like the music only goes when you're actually moving, or Donkey Kong. I think my favorite arcade game is Dig Dug. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, these are ideas where we're going. Exactly. That's why I'm like, what was it? I think it was, well, we did the stream where, it was the comic where Derpy draws a letter and turns it into a paper airplane, and then that goes across town. Like, that was the first idea for, I think, what was the Jackalope story? So that's a completely different story. But I was able to tell both of them somehow, at least in different ways, so, yeah. If I'm happy with Scootaloo, then I can do the rest of this. Just that there's not enough time to do that. Boop. Because I need time to have her throw a box and then onto the mailbox. Is pretty much what that is. I can move this. Move Scootaloo maybe back a bit to make sure of that. Because the dead time is now. Okay, so let's move this back a little bit. I just need to make sure the timing is good here. And then I can start finally animating it. I'm also pretty happy with it. Pretty much where these storyboards are, so that's good. Okay. I think I'm takes a hole. Bop. Now. And then, oh yeah. Derpy's hang time would be around now. So that'll be perfect amount of time. Ish. We'll see. Okay. Boop boop. That's a lot of text. I have hard trouble reading a lot of that. Okay. Love Dig Dug. Yeah, I love Dig Dug. Galaga, yeah. You seen your video 2 years ago? What? Hello. Prince Dreamer. Is that Undertale? Okay. I'm okay. Does Derpy have any tweens? No. Good. Holiday. That was it. Let's have her do this. Yeah. Because usually it's, you know, I watched you 7 years ago up to 2 years ago, and then I stopped, or is that how you're supposed to read it? So that was a little bit, it's not awkward, but it's like just kind of, you know, I'm gonna put this down to torso. I've been doing that in my recent videos, so it's gotta be consistent. It's easier. So, okay. We'll have her get another letter and then huck it over herself or something. So it'll be like that, and then she'll be like, yeah, or she'll like throw it over to Scootaloo, who will catch it. Maybe like on one leg or something. And then she'll catch it. That's basically what I'm thinking. That's too many legs. Then she'll catch it and then probably just hold it in this pose with Scootaloo and then just drive down. I think that'll work. I'm thinking about this, so I think I'm just gonna do it. Okay. Yes it is. Holiday. I guess I don't really actually have too many plans. I have a plan today, which is independent, I suppose. Gotta watch movie in the theater. Gotta watch Jumanji, of all things. I think my mom really liked the last one, so we're gonna watch the sequel. But otherwise, I think just the regular holiday stuff we're gonna do is usually what we like to do. This won't be too much different or anything past our usual. We've been kind of just trying to keep our presence, you know, a little bit secretive, but like we'd have trouble with that, where we just kind of say like, just you saw it, but it's like, yeah, you can see it. It's like whatever. So I had to do 10 things at once. Hello. Okay. Because I didn't exist at the time. Ah, okay. But I guess it was around 2013. Well, 2013 was when I started my channel, so you're an OG there. Thanks for that. Regardless of whenever you watch it, that's okay. Thanks for that support. Whoosh. Okay, let's get this body motion in, then I can do the rest of it. Let's see. Yeah. I'm always surprised when people say existed. It's like, is that just like a thing where like you never really learn, or is that actually like a thing where that specific, that's not actually, that only English has like that kind of a word? Just curious about that, because I've seen that a lot with like ESL type people. Not just you, it's like a whole bunch of people seem to do that, so. Let's see. I need a letter from here. Do I have a letter? There it is. Letter. Is this connected? So if I move torso, I move torso. Now I need torso from here. Letter moves. Probably don't want it to be. At least for now I can. Okay. This is all very technical. It's okay if you don't get it. So, okay. Now we're gonna have the letter throw around. So this. Yeah, just hang on. I gotta figure this out. And then yeah, hang on. Boop 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 boop. It's basically whoosh whoosh. Oh, she's gonna miss. She's gonna miss school. Woo woo. So it's gotta land here. So we'll have to get the arc, and then we can unlink it. Remove parent. So now in this frame, we can just have it like that. Okay. Yeah. Let's make this longer. Oh, I just added something. It's the, I want to talk about this too. It's the 30th anniversary of the first Simpsons episode. So, Simpsons is now 30 years old. I thought that was fun. What do you guys think about Simpsons while I'm organically including this in our conversation? You watched first episode. Cool. That's on Disney Plus. You can watch it in weird aspect ratio kind of. Yeah. Not too much of a fan. It seemed okay, like the one episode I tried to like test it out on Disney Plus, but otherwise it didn't really seem to change too much of the from the one that I tried to like watch. I don't remember which one it was. It was just a random one. Don't remember anything from it. But I know as a kid, like as a kid, it's like, oh, it's too edgy. It's like, oh, it's too PG-13, and it's like, oh, I'm 8 or 10 or whatever. It's like, I don't want to watch it. And it had like weird gore stuff, and like, oh, the Itchy and Scratchy was like real body harm stuff, and it's like, cool, I don't want to watch that. So I never really got into that like at all. Let's get rid of that, and then so I might have to sync this together, where she might have to be in a different position or around here. But anyway, let's see. 1 to 1 to 8. Oh, that was 1 to 12 was the golden years. Essentially, they kind of cut it off a little bit earlier. Yeah. Yeah, the start was, I mean, the original start was on the Tracy Ullman show or something like that. Whereas, like, the original designs were like how Matt just drew them without really making them too clean or sterile. I guess as models, model sheets that they have now, you know. Whereas like if you draw one line off, then you're just gonna have a bad time, you know. You can't really have more of those kind of Looney Tunes are very loose drawings and everything. Everything's very, but the modern ones are very too stable for their own good, that it's kind of not really my cup of tea anymore. I was like, I want that more fluidity is more fun. Yeah. Let's go to the next season. Yeah. I did at one point try to watch the first full season. That's as far as I got. Yeah, just trying to watch like the first season. It was pretty hard to watch. Not that it was like any bad or anything, but it's just like didn't really. I don't know, because I don't really have much of an opinion either way, so it's kind of hard to really articulate anything like that. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that up in case you guys wanted to talk about that. Well, I guess no, I talked about this with another person. There was one episode where they tried to do a, like, I started off with try. They had a they used character. They tried to do a live episode. That's it. Like a couple years ago, like 2013 or maybe a little bit after that. More recently, they had a live episode where they had they used the character animator that I used for my April Fool's video this year. Yeah, Homer Live. Yeah. You already know. A lot of people who don't know, they like promoted it as this huge thing of like, Homer's gonna answer your questions live. But it turned out to just be this is bad. It was pretty bad too. It didn't I'm gonna undo this because it's actually breaking everything that I'm trying to do. Appearance system, but that didn't work. I'll just have to manually animate it. Homer Live was trying to, I guess, capitalize on trying to do things live, I guess, with doing more. I don't know. I guess they just had, like, Homer's voice actor just in a booth trying to take people calls and then have someone else, or maybe the guy actually trying to work the live feed, puppeteering at the same time, and trying to animate it at the same time. Didn't really work as much as you'd think that it would. It at least the time frame that they probably had to make it wasn't enough time to really make the puppet really perform as well or fluid, even though they have more technology to make it more fluid, but make it quicker and just get it done. It's probably more affordable to just, you know, have something sort of quick and dirty rather than like whatever I'm doing right now. Where I'm instead of like hand animating, it's kind of like how on your some phones or the newer phones have like live AR emoji, where it can scan the phone camera, it scans your face and it can use the software to figure out like where your face is, like this is a nose and this is a mouth, and then through the software you can have if it can detect like what your mouth is what kind of shape it's making, then the puppet can do the same thing. So haha. So that's what the technology they use with the Homer Live, but they're using Adobe software, so that's what this program is. Adobe owns both of these, I guess. So you can imagine, if you haven't, what that kind of would look like. Trying to imagine like something just like glitching out where it's not really following lip sync, or like way too stuttery and just not really able to keep up or guessing where lips and flaps and stuff would be. It past just the technology of it, it wasn't very impressive. But I wanted to really making sure you know that this is live animation, that, you know, it puts a lot of strain on the animator's wrist to draw live, you know, that quick, man. But it just didn't really work out that well. This is gonna be hard to synchronize though. Yeah, if you remember April Fool's one, I used it in a way where I could like perform like one like layer or part at a time, where I could. Not sure why that's not moving. Did I not move it here? Oh dear. Where I was able to like perform it practically like almost live. Where it didn't really have, I wasn't able to puppeteer like every part at the same time as much as able to do, or at least it was easier to just do it more like that, where I didn't have to do every part at the same time, which was gonna be really hard. So instead I just kind of said like, okay, I'll just do like, for this shot, I'll do like her head motions, where I can like move my head and then the puppet will follow along, or play it back again where it'll have that head motion, and then I can do like the facial stuff of changing the lip flaps, which I only had like one mouth, so I just kind of do, you know, said bop bop bop, you know, like that. And then it was just like going back and forth with just where I wanted to choosing the timing as I went, where I can say like, oh, that performance didn't work as well, so let me retry it. The thing with the Homer Live thing was that they couldn't redo it. Like, they had to do the entire head, facial, arms, lip syncing all at the same time. So that was why it didn't really work out as well as it could. It works. The problem is that it works, but to the degree of it just not really feeling like a cartoon character anymore. That it just kind of feels like someone just trying to do a motion, like a mocap, but like not really able to act. In a way, it just kind of, it like that happened, yeah. It'd be interesting, yeah, it's interesting to watch. You have time to watch them. They're pretty short. They're like, they were made to like beat it end credit, pre-end credit stingers in a way. So, let's see. Yeah. Do. Uncanny Valley. I would say the opposite. It's like it doesn't resemble a human performance at all. That is like, there's no way to distinguish or like undistinguish this Homer character from reality. That it just felt like it didn't really. As like a tech demo, it didn't really perform more or less than a tech demo. So, it's sad because like there's so many like technology stuff that's being used in The Simpsons that I can't think of anything really that they really pioneered as much. Maybe just getting simplified or just getting just good at. It's more the story and script stuff, which I'm not the best at critiquing. So it's like I'm not really able to say like, oh man, that time when that happened, Was that funny? I don't know. So, other than that, it's just funny because I did watch that Homer one and then try to use the software, and it's like I can see why. Like the way that I was using it was probably at the max of how you actually can do it. So it's like, okay, you know, it's like, okay, yeah. For my critiquing about it, it's like that's actually where the software kind of has like a peak of how you really can use it. At least from like a couple days of just trying to use it for that project in that video. Which I use that kind of software just to like make it faster to animate, which was the whole idea was to do that. But it turned out to be actually almost 2 or 3 times longer probably than if I just animated like this. If I just animated in Flash with the April Fool's one, I probably would have done it maybe twice as fast. Because the problem was the whole thing is that it relies on how you set up the puppet. It's not like this where it's like you just set things up and it doesn't matter that the ear is here or whatever I call it, you know, where the anchor point's in here. I don't know how many other people actually have Adobe to like really feel my pain with this, that this is not an easy really setup, or like very intuitive, I should say, to how to use it. It just felt like most of the time it just felt like, why am I doing it this way? Like, why can't I just do it like the way that I'm usually doing it? So it just felt like a lot more steps to be able to get to where I wanted. Like the way to do it, to like actually set it up, like the way to do it, it's so weird and convoluted. That there's the only way to really make your own puppets in Character Animator was to have Photoshop, which if you don't, then you're really out of luck because it actually uses tags of the layers of Photoshop. So like if Photoshop has a bunch of layers, you know, like a big box of like, this is really thick pen. But anyway, I'd have a list. It's like, okay, well, I want an ear layer, you know, and then you draw the ear. The only way to make sure that it actually works with the Character Animator is put a plus. It's not much, but it's like, that's really annoying when you have like 30 or more layers and you have to have this plus, but only some layers get pluses, because the plus actually means this other coding mechanism. But if you want to do a mouth or something, then that has to have a different symbol. But if it's like not the primary mouth symbol, then it has to use this. And it's like not able to just like simply say like ear. It's like it won't work, or won't be able to act as an ear. So it just becomes like looking at manuals just to be able to like figure out how to use it. Like simple stuff like that, just having to set up a puppet, it's not as loose, but I guess that's better in some ways, that you don't have to be, it makes you become more rigid and like good file structure in a way, more so than if you were just doing it on your own, like it's like a normal thing, like a normal project that I'm doing. Like I don't have to care like if this mouth has the perfect file name and naming and structure and all that. It's like, oh, I just have Screw Mouth. I didn't even have to call it that, but just for my own sake, like the whole library, all these bits, I categorize it myself, like, yeah. Do I have different mentality because different characters? I do. I feel like with this one there's not much to it, but I think I try to like remember as much as I can about the different characters, but they all kind of seem to be more like Yoshi Greenwater characters. But that makes sense where they just kind of, they don't really, it becomes more placements and locations and actions more than their personalities and their eyeballs. I feel like that's a fault that I'm usually defaulting to, where they seem to prioritize what the action is more with the story rather than where their eyeballs and faces seem to be animating. So that's just up to me. But I do try to, like, if there's actually important to the character, or if that becomes important to the story of how they're need to be acted, then I will very much try to figure out how to set that up to animate it like that. Yeah. I feel like I've kind of a little stale with that, so or I'm not prioritizing that as much, I think. So, with the story that I'm working on now with the Christmas one, it feels like it's sort of becoming that. So, where it just becomes like, if they're just in the right place at the right time, is where it's kind of becomes more important than if they're happy or sad or something else like that. So, I do try my best if there is a character like a jackalope or something, like, then I'll definitely try to animate that differently than the other characters, because I feel like it'll be important for that character to have for a jackalope to have more character to it than does a regular horse, which has a general kind of happy face. Oop. This is looking pretty cool. Might take one more stream to be able to clean up and do anything else we need. I think we can add maybe a little bit more to Colgate after she gets hit. Like right now, she's not doing anything. Boof. Boof. But we can, like, get her back up or something. But not much of a different mentality as much as trying to figure out importance of the story. Make sure that that's working. Yeah. If you're in the right place, right time, then that's pretty much what that matters. Gee, man. Yeah. Okay. I feel like that's a reference that I'm not getting. Let's see. Boop, boop, boop. Don't need those at all. She's not gonna be walking. Let's get her back up. I feel like I'm getting more into the minute details of animating, more so than making like a Disney or a Pixar like full, like, I'm feeling an emotion for like 3 seconds or longer, and you're just gonna look at it how I'm feeling. More just like, I'm just making sure that what I'm actually animating actually works. When I do like these long, like, making sure that each of these, so boop boop boop, I'm looking sure that boop 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 works rather than the whole emotion. Like, I'm thinking more microly to each of these rather than how the whole thing really works. I'm gonna add a little something for you then. Let's see where this goes. I have to go across the screen for that. That kind of works. Okay. Okay. So, boop. 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 You can't really see it over there. Boop. Boop. And then lever. Now look over. And with this kind of style, it feels more. If you do it wrong, then you'll definitely notice it. But if you do it right, then it looks really smooth. So at some points, it's like, okay, this needs me. Whoop. And then trying to stagnate some keyframes where I'll have the eyes move quicker or be one frame ahead, so it's not all on the same frame rate, I suppose. So that isn't okay. Whoa, that's a big quote. Yeah, that's what I said like last time, and I got scared at that game. I didn't want to play it. I feel like even now, like I still have that kind of feeling of not really. I guess I got like some kind of phobia to that I don't want to even deal with it. Or even, now that I know that there's zombies in it, then I don't want to play it now. Can't get this. Come on. Gotta look at it and go, what's wrong? Oh. Okay, that's a little better. Boop. Boop. Bop. That works. In reality, we could kind of like stop it here. Because obviously we gotta add like one more thing. But I guess we don't really need to. We could stop it here. I still need to not have her blink. Problem is that I can't really set it like this. It's because it'll, with the parenting system, it's gonna know the location of it. So if I change it from where this is, then it won't work. But I think I'll have it close enough that it'll be sort of close. Because the other thing I was gonna add was, final thing was Derpy was gonna draw. Is it not here? Okay, it was gonna be here where she's gonna draw a box at the mailbox. She was gonna draw a mail, a whole package square box, and then hit it at the mailbox, and maybe the mailbox like falls over or something. And then that would be it. But I think if we feel like that's pretty good, I like the Scootaloo Part 2. Because I've been thinking about this. That's like whoosh. That it almost doesn't even just play its little loop. And then maybe we could have time to do something else, like another short thing, maybe like a one stream thing, like for the next couple weeks. Otherwise, I don't really want to have like her like actually like bouncing with her wings. Usually makes her like flap a little bit, but I don't think I want to go through the trouble of doing that for this. Let's see. Say add it. Fluttershy. Okay. Well, that'll be a whole nother stream to actually do that then. And if there's anything else we need to do. Rings looks weird. Okay. Well, I think it's because it's having it like almost like clip behind her bag. If we put it in front, problem is that it now isn't actually in front of the bag. I could maybe mask it. I don't know. Let's do it. Yeah, well, maybe. Okay, we'll have one more stream on this, so I can do the bag thing. The problem is that it needs to somehow be in front and behind this bag with the wings, but that's impossible to actually have them be in front and behind. Bag should be lower. Okay. Not too much lower, or else it won't look like it's connected. It's probably as low as I can get. Yeah. It should be lower under her wing. Back should be under her wing. Well, how's that? I mean, it's wings in front now. What if I put the wing inside the bag symbol, and then I find it, and then this is gonna be fun. I got it. And then I get rid of the other wing gone, and then have a mask, so it'll be on top. So pop, 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 and then whatever this shape is, I guess. Let's change this to be color we don't need. This is mask. It's 9 frames. There's a lot of stuff. It's not like the bag is on top ring, because it's closer to it, so it appears to be covering it. Okay. Behind. Bag should be behind the wing. Yes. Okay, I'm doing that. Where's my wing? So there's a wing behind? And then no. Wing should be behind the bag. Maybe the bag should be smaller. Or maybe I'm gonna get rid of that and then put that back on. Maybe the bag. Usually have this problem. But of course, just want to have like a giant like Santa bag, so it'll be like huge and be in between her wings, so it's easier. I know with the, like the regular show, the Canon show, that they'll have it being a little smaller, at least it'll not be this weird. Struggling. Okay. You can just have the bag hang lower. Then show the strap going under the ring. Ooh, okay. You show the bag is in front. The bag is in front of the ring. Right. Everything lower is interesting, that idea. I'll try that. Have it be shorter like this. Be more squat. And then show more strap. Okay. And then here's the strap. And then we can just keep playing with this. And then we put the wing in front. Does that work now? Let's see. You have a back more. Maybe back here. Get rid of that. And then make this, and then yeah, that kind of works. I like that. And then we can just don't know about keyframes. This is why we're using parent systems. So it just kind of works like this now. Gonna do like that. I like that. Okay. That works too. Okay. You draw on male murder plenty of times. That works too. Yeah, the problem is that her body is so short that it's like to maintain size and scale and perspective is to have the bag be big and to show that there's a lot of male in it too. So it's like it doesn't really really work too much. Just trying to recolor it. So it'll be like more cool style. Look out. There we go. That just kind of works. Okay. How do we guys like it? It's just a small thing, like literally on the screen, so that kind of works. Eee. Yeah, that's why I was saying we really enough time here to have a box, and then she does that. So I was making sure that there was enough time to now do a box, and then now that, and then let's go boop. Okay, add the box gag next time. It'll be perfect. Great. Okay. Maybe Colgate could have one more gesture or something, like right there. Seems that she kind of like stops. So I mean, I'm seeing other stuff too. So I think we'll definitely have enough material, I guess, to do that too. So okay. Save that, print. Okay. I think we're right on time. Probably take enough time to figure out how to do the mod things too. So join me in toasted time, won't you? Thanks for watching. Not much more content, but if you want to watch other streams or other videos, I know one of you guys watched a whole bunch of my videos, at least older ones. Not sure if I actually watched a lot of it. That doesn't matter. Check out my channel. You're already on here, hopefully, unless it's embedded somewhere. Where am I now? Whoa. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for watching. Okay. So I can safely put this over here. So I just gotta go to YouTube Studio? I think it's that. So YouTube Studio and then YouTube Studio Classic, I think is what I'm used to. Let's see. I think we had like a half-second power outage. How we doing now? Am I still on? Community tab. Community settings. Here we are. Okay, so now I can do the mods. Let's remind ourselves what we're doing, and then figured it out. You go to the person you want to be mods in this channel. Wait, what? I need to go to the person you want to be mods in this channel. Okay. Oh, okay. So I had to find cookies. YouTube channel, which thankfully is hopefully that name looks like the same. I really looked at your profile picture close. I think I just copy paste this, boop, and then are we okay with having legit not be a mod? Is that what we want? Or just adding cookie? Which do we want to do? Because I can save this, and then maybe next time we'll see how long it takes for this to actually work. I'm not sure if it's gonna go directly into here. Okay. Which is 3.09. Oh, okay. I think 3 months maybe. Okay. Take out legit and put in cookie. Okay. I took out legit and cookie is there. Okay. I would show you, but it also has all my blocked words and hidden users, so you'll just have to believe me. Where it has very sensitive and not good language. Oh no, legit, you're gray now. That's your attack. You're gray now. Oh no. We're wrench gang. Woo. Oh boy, that's fun. Hey, it worked. I went right through. That's cool. I'm so used to like YouTube, like it's like you know, settings, so like wait, you know, 12 or 3 days before anything actually shows up. So yeah, this is pretty good. Yes. Thanks for the server conversion. Okay. I'll do that after I finish. So once I finish streaming, then I'll do the Discord stuff. It'll be less interesting to do. Not that this was any fun. Or any less fun, I should say. Whoa! Because I plug myself while people are still here. And then we'll be out. So I can go watch that movie. Movie's in 6:30, so hour and a half? Okay. Use a carry to Discord. Oh, thank you. It's one less thing for me. Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Yeah, that's about it. Well, looks like we're gonna have another stream of this, of this project. So that's gonna be fun to go through. Still working on the Christmas video. It should be, or Heartwarming Eve. Woo! That's roughly halfway done. I say roughly because I don't actually know how long the running time will be, but I know around 30-ish seconds in of animation. It's gonna be like what I have now is about 75 seconds or so of all animations. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's roughly trying to get just back to basics with that video and trying to not overkill myself, but I feel like I might have to, just because I took sort of a break to work on other things today, so tomorrow I'll have to wake up earlier, bring it down to full circle that I woke up a little bit late today. So I'm trying to get back my sleeping schedule too. Man, this has been a whole heck of a journey. I have a lot of notifications. Okay. Yeah. Back to basics of just a regular short-ish story with more laughs per frame, I guess. Hopefully it'll be as funny as I think it is. Problem is that the more that you watch it over and over and try to actually just create it as you go, it becomes less funny. So you're never really, it's never going to be as funny as when you wrote it until people watch it. So, yeah. So hopefully I'll get that around, my deadline was around the 23rd, so that's think that's a week. Let's see. Next Monday. So look out for it then. If all goes well. I might have to stop working on other projects to be able to prioritize it. That's why I haven't been able to work on a movie. It's because everything else has been higher priority. But I made some like small researching into the movie of like how to like incorporate 3D into 2D, sorta, or at least have 2D characters in 3D environments. Trying to look into that of like, can I use Blender? Now I got new software, DaVinci Resolve. That seems like a very After Effects-esque program, so I'm trying to learn how to use that, and it's also got 3D stuff, so trying to see if I can incorporate 2D stuff into the 3D environment, or will I have to try to research and figure out how to do that. I know Blender has, you know, the grease pencil, and you can use just planes with PNGs. And it's like, I'd rather just use my swabs, which unfortunately After Effects has the best application with integrating 2D planes in a 3D environment. But if I want more complicated geometry, I feel like that's not going to be the best option. Because everything's going to be like very blocky and squarey. Even with PNG planes, they're not going to be easy to model with, I guess. So I've been having trouble with trying to like figure out how to research and figure out what to do. But I think like if I try to use like different techniques for every scene, or see what works for each of them, then I think that might help. That then you won't be able to guess like how I did it, because each shot will be different. So I think that would be interesting. At least try to use like what each scene would be the best application of each app. So each software might dictate how the scenes are put together. So I think it'll be another kind of discussion to figure out like if anyone else is as tech savvy as what I'm trying to do would be able to help me. At least just trying to get me going so I can integrate and merge two different types of objects, where I want like a 3D environment with modeled environment sets, but having my SWF files being flat elements like planes in the 3D environment, and then they animate. So so far After Effects works, but again, it doesn't have to advance geometry as I want. Blender is hard to incorporate multiple PNG sequences as I want them to. I just haven't actually looked into it as much. And then DaVinci Resolve is too new to really know how deep I can really get with it. I did do one test very quickly of trying to put FXB or FBX files into DaVinci Resolve, and that seemed to work. I'm just not sure if it's gonna be able to integrate 2D stuff into it then. It seems to just be like a 3D environment, and then I could like green screen that set into a 2D layer, I guess. So none of these really seem to really do as much as I want them to. So it's been tricky. Last resort, we're just gonna use After Effects or Blender or something, and then having to mask out. If a 3D element goes in front of my 2D stuff, then I'll need to mask out or rotoscope the 2D stuff, so it'll essentially be layered in between, while the 3D is actually one flat layer. So that's what I've been thinking about. If you didn't understand any of that, then good, because I don't think I really made sense of what I really said. So, but otherwise, that's why some of this movie stuff has been a little bit on hold, just because I haven't been super confident in either of those options. I think Toon Boom might be able to be my best guess, but I don't have the software to be able to tinker around with that at all. So, so I'm kind of at this weird trying to figure out and try to use as many programs as I can to, like, you know, trying to shove like a, you know, an oven inside of a toaster, and it's like that doesn't work. The oven's too big, it doesn't want to do it. So I had a different metaphor when I was gonna say that. So yeah, none of these seem to be as best of an option right now. So my plan is to, here we go with the schedule, is to finish the Christmas episode, take like a couple days off, maybe just for holiday, have fun with that, and then next year figure out where Kappa goes. If I'm kid friendly, then whatever, I'll just have to make it more visible and network and figure out different platforms to make myself more visible in that case, and then try to actually prioritize and not have daily or monthly. I would love to do daily videos. Have monthly videos, not do that, and then instead have them be chapters of the movie, so that I'll be able to actually get things done with the movie instead. That'll be different. As I said before, like it's not as big as a project as I'm thinking it is, because I'm probably more into production of it, that I have a scale for where it is, that I feel like I don't actually know how far I am in it. Be able to really tell, because I might change like a whole scene or take a whole scene out, so then what do I have left? Because I think right now none of the sequences or chapters that I have right now are finished, so that kind of tells you how far I am. That I kind of went through, you know, it's not like, oh, I did the animation for it and kind of went to the next one without really cleaning up or adding, like, all the background characters and like extra bits and stuff are not added in. Like, I've thought of new characters or small things to add now. So it's a Greenwater cut. It'll be, oof, I don't know. Yeah, I guess would the cut be like the full actual as one video cut? I think that might work. But I think the chapters might need a little bit of last time on Derpy the movie. Might need a little bit of that. Because otherwise you'll be able to get into Derpy Part 6 and not have any clue what's going on. Not that there's really much of a story, but there is definitely a story that if you don't really know what's going on, then it's gonna get confusing. Anyway, we can talk about that once we get there. I'm also trying to trick around, figure out whether I want to have streams of the movie or keep doing these short things or short projects like these and side projects. Because I was thinking of having the movie progress stuff be for Patreons, I guess, so that they have something. Otherwise, there won't really be much previews for them or secret perks for them. So that's why I'm like a weird end of where I wanted to show like the excuse me, have the Patreons have secret progress stuff, but if I just release the chapters, then they'll have less incentive. If I just go with the route of only pretty much only solely doing the Derpy movie stuff so I can prioritize it enough that things will actually get done, rather than trying to do something at the same time and then doing two things at once, which again will make me work on the shorter one first, and then I want to do another one, and then cycle will continue with that. So yeah, I think it's about time. Now I got caught up on that the movie is it's much bigger than I thought it would be. Even though I knew that I tried to write it in a way that it could be finished in some way, but I think I just made it too grand of the scope and scale of it, that now it's just harder and harder to actually be able to just work on it for like what kind of shots and stuff I want to technology wise put into it. Okay, I'll finish it then. Okay, thank you guys for watching. We'll finish maybe this letter delivery paperboy animation maybe next time. That'll be fun. So until then, take care. See ya.